The players are ready, the crowd is ready, and we are about to get underway. One of these teams will be walking away with a third place trophy, and one of them will unfortunately be walking away with nothing except the memories they've made and the teammates to come into Winter Circuit with. But Sora trying to open up with an initial goal, not quite able to land the angle. Ron trying to immediately play this back up field, and he's going to fake it past the defender, and he's going to shell shock Epiphany into the goal. It's a dominating little play as he takes it up, just gets a little bit of a fall off of it, makes Epiphany think there's going to be a follow-up touch, and by the time he realizes that car is too far away to do anything with it, the first goal is into the net, and it is 18 seconds expired with the old man in the seat taking the first goal. It's back over, and Sora wants to try to get something going, but immediately shut down by Ron. That's going to be back over to the corner, where Ron going to pass it out towards mid. Harry taking the kill onto Sora, but it's not going to open up any attacks yet. It does open up a follow-up attack, but it's going to be delayed, and now Epiphany looking to play this away up to the wall. As a shot towards the net, it's not quite on, and Ron already looking to clear this one away. Epiphany trying to get in front and just deny that clear, but ends up being denied as now it's Sora to play away. Gets a little bit of a touch, and it's enough to keep Harry Potter out of the action, but might not be enough to deny any sort of goal. As you can see just then, it's going to be sunken in by Epiphany right along that goal line, and it takes them about 50 seconds, but they are able to equalize that score line. And now with a minute expired, they find themselves tied up with the remainder of a game one left to play. It's going to go high immediately, and Ron wants to follow that into a fast goal, but luckily Epiphany spawning back on the back left side allows him to get back up in time. But this ball going to be left over into the blue for a little too long. Harry Potter to play it away. Epiphany goes up to meet him, but it's Sora to try to follow through into an aerial shot, and what a better way to do it. Great little shot there from the midfield line, straight off the pass, the forced pass that Epiphany is forced to make there as Harry starts to pressure into his car. And Sora just going to fly straight up and sink it in for a nicely placed shot to get the lead going into the WACK Esports camp. It's back towards mid, and Ron trying to get on this ball fast, trying to deny Sora any sort of follow through, gets some boost for his effort, but ends up pinching the ball back towards his own, and Sora from the grave gonna come through and clear up a 2-goal lead as WACK Esports Army off to a very strong start. The kickoff back underway. Epiphany going to meet right up there against Ron Weasley, and it's back over to the left wall. Harry wants to try to open up with some sort of fast shot. It's a nice lob in front of the goal, but it's already met there by Sora, and it sends the ball floating back over towards the blue. It's actually potential for a shot, and Ron going to have to shut that one down before it gets too scary there for the orange side. It's going to be Epiphany just looking to carry this one in from across the field and almost able to get it in. Ron has to just barely deny it, flying in from across, and Sora trying to follow through with a fast shot back onto the blue net. It's going to leave that ball floating in over towards Harry Potter, and he's going to sink it in while Ron just chases down that final defender, trying to make sure nobody can get in the way to block, and ultimately it does work out. He's able to adjust Epiphany off course just enough that it might have already been too close for him to get there in time, but with that bump, it certainly will not be making it there in time. Back over towards mid, back to the left wall, and Epiphany has to try to play this one out, but he's finding the ball rolling along his ramp, and that opens up a dangerous little spot for a double touch. Sora, a nicely placed clear to get it away. Back to the corner, though. Harry loses his life, but Epiphany to take this ball back up to the corner. He wants to play this away. Ron's meeting him out, and that's actually a touch back down towards the goal. So Sora falling off, picking up the ball, though, and he just gets a wide open net for the trouble. So Sora getting a hat trick for himself in the game so far. Gonna just pick that one up, gets it past the first, and as soon as he's past Harry Potter there, just nothing that anybody from the blue side can do to deny it. So 2 minutes left. We're about 10 seconds past the halftime mark, and it's a 2-goal lead yet again for the WACK Esports Army. They're looking to try to get something underway here, and Sora wants to fly up and force a goal in from close by, but not able to quite get the angle onto the ball. It's going to leave it there for the blue boys, but they've expired about 20 seconds here, just trying to figure out some way to best clear this out of their end, and they open up on the good old classic, a downfield pass, but it's going to open up Sora with a counterattack very fast. It's a flick on net, and Harry Potter, he tries to jump up to deny it, but you can see, even though we're very far from it on the camera, you can just see it's so close, but no cigar as he tries to jump up, get in the way, but the follow-up flick is too fast from Sora, as it's now a hat-trick lead, as 3 goals will be held over the head of the old man in the sea as they look to drop game number 1. Epiphany shutting down an offense from Ron Weasley quite fast. It's going to be a little bit of a play there out of Epiphany, and he's just going to sink it past that final defender. Nothing that Harry can do there to deny. He tries to go up, fight this aerially, but the follow-through hit there just too much and cannot be shut down in time. So a 6-2 scoreline we find ourselves in, as going into the final 100 seconds, WACK Esports Army looking dominating out on the field. They really want to get that bronze place trophy. They want to have it up on their mantle, showing that, you know what, might not have been able to take the gold, but we definitely put up a strong performance, and they're going to get a 7th goal as well. It is just non-stop action, just firing off shot after shot. And you can just see getting a little bit too over-aggressive here on the blue side. They're keeping both of those cars way too deep into the orange, and it's just allowing so many counter-offensive opportunities that WACK Esports Army are just taking advantage of. It's back towards mid. It's going to be played up the wall here by Ron, but they do need to find 5 goals, and they only have under 80 seconds to do it. So 0 boost, re-aggressing here Ron, and he is actually going to force Epiphany to play up, but once again a double commit out of the blue. Sora has the ball but doesn't have the angle to shoot anything in towards net, so it's just going to drop down towards this corner, but with only 57 seconds left, we've already expired a quarter of the time they had left the last time we checked, and Epiphany trying to do a little bit of a cheeky steal away there to deny any sort of goal at all. But he's going to be able to do that along the ground nonetheless, as Harry Potter going to just be denied along the corner. Going to be a little upset at having his boost stolen away too, as you see it's a very fast counterplay, and what a shot from the midfield. Epiphany taking it off of Sora and just going to deliver it straight into that right crossbar. 4 goals on the board for both players in the match right now, for both teams. Or sorry, not for both teams. Definitely not for both teams, but over on the WACK Esports side, definitely for both players. As you can see, sitting at 8 goals total. Ron going to get himself an extra 1 on the board, but very unlikely to fight their way back into this, as you can see. With only 30 seconds left, it'd have to be a goal every 6. We can see it is definitely possible, but we're going to have to find out whether or not it is doable now. Ron trying to win it out towards the midfield. Harry actually does, but it's not on target. Back over towards that corner. So Sora needs to play this away fast. It's down towards the bottom as Ron wants to try to get some sort of aerial play going, and he does for the effort, but it's going to be saved away there by Epiphany, and the follow-through shot from Harry will go through, so a little bit of confidence building coming through at the last, but definitely taking a few over 6 as 17 seconds is needed to claim that one. So we will still most likely be seeing the first game getting over towards this orange side. But very good to keep the confidence up, keep the shots up, and make sure you have a good mentality traveling into game number 2. But right now for the orange, all they have to do is kill time, and they might even be looking just to sink in an extra goal for the stat padding, but they're just going to kill it nonetheless. And that will end game number 1. WACK Esports Army taking it 8-4. Back into the pitch immediately. Game 1 going over towards the orange-sided WACK Esports Army. Old Man in the Sea dropping it after being the first ones to strike. But it is going to be not over yet. It's a best of 7. 4 games needed to win it. And right now the WACK Esports Army only sitting at 1 out of 4. So looking to strike immediately back. Sora trying to shut out early though. Going to be denied, and Epiphany doing a good job at just keeping possession, but a fast shot has to be denied by the butt of Sora, and it's back over to the left wall. Back over to Epiphany, and nice little read there off the drop to be able to steal that away and manage to get a follow-through hit, but Ron so fast here on the counter aggression. He's going to be able to get this back over towards the blue goal, and it's already centering up there for Epiphany, but it's hit downfield. Ron wants to play this fast. That's over towards the wall, and being able to take this a little bit away Epiphany, but Harry already there trying just to shut it down with a fast shot through. Sora tries to get there, tries to seal it back towards that net. But Epiphany gonna have to fight here in a 1v1. Not gonna be able to win it out, but it is going to miss the net. It's a little too high. And Ron Weasley gonna get killed for that as well, as Epiphany already setting it back up over towards mid, and Sora gonna keep it there. A nice little adjustment off the top, and Epiphany, it's too easy of a shot for him, and good effort there over towards Ron Weasley. As you can see, he was jumping up, trying just to get that away. He jumps up twice to try to deny it, but Epiphany, the gentlest touch just to lob it over, and it takes a minute 15 this time, but the goal is there, and WACK Esports find themselves back in the lead. But oh my goodness, such a fast kickoff and just barely saved away, as Epiphany able to deny along the goal line and not allow anybody to equalize that one up straight off the kickoff. Harry wants to try to set up a pass, and he does get it over towards mid, but Ron's already had to fall back for defensive play and is going to be rewarded for the effort. The ball gets passed over towards him, and trying to follow this through, he's just wide of the net to sink that in for a goal, and it's Sora to replay. It's back over to mid, back over down towards Harry, and he does kill it high, but dropping down towards Ron, that could be dangerous, but the ball doesn't find the net. Finds back over towards Sora, who finds himself dead as well, and now it's Epiphany back in a 1v1, but he's able to get that ball away. Ron Weasley to boom it back downfield. It's over towards the midfield line and being passed back down over towards Harry, but Sora intercepts. 18 boost, but a dream, and oh my goodness, just wide of the net there. It's a nice little demo there, but not enough to sink that ball in, as the low boost just doesn't give him enough real estate to work with on the pitch. And Harry Potter taking that ball back over to the corner. He needs to clear this away. He gets the initial touch. It's back over into the orange, but Epiphany needs to come up and play this, and the demo, how devastating, but Sora able to touch it away in time. A nice little adjustment from Ron Weasley, keeps it into the orange, and Harry scaring Epiphany off the ball a bit, but not enough to deny a touch. It's back over mid. Oh, and a missed connection there from Sora means that Epiphany has to fall back for a save, but Harry trying to get a little too clever with it. Doesn't quite have the boost to make any sort of fast play work, so he tries to get creative, and Epiphany reads it out. It's back over where attack this time fails towards the orange side, as a nice defense there along the goal line denies up that second lead. And oh my goodness, a fast shot pass. Ron beats out one, but Epiphany is there, doing a great job on the defense at just not allowing these follow-through shots, these fadeaways, just the shots while they're trying to get off the ball, at sinking into the net. And just a really good job at holding their 1-goal lead, because at this point, if they can expire the final 90 seconds that we're into, they can steal it away. But Ron Weasley from across the field gonna pick up the ball, dribble it across the pitch, and sink it into the goal line to equalize it. Ron Weasley picking and tearing his way through the finals to try to carry this team into a trophy. And it's an equalized game at 1-1. Back over towards the right wall. Sora needs to try to play this ball away, and oh my goodness, it's a fast little shot, but denied by Harry. A boom back downfield, already trying to set up for this Ron, but it's a touch away by Sora, and that opens up the goal. And that's, oh no, a double commit from the blue, but Epiphany just a little too high on the shot. It's off the top crossbar, and that's going to shut down this offense. But Harry Potter needs to try to find some way to clear it away. Eventually just passes it back over to Ron, and the ball going to find its way in front of the blue yet again. Epiphany, a passing play. It's back over towards the wall, and Harry Potter is going to be able to shut down the follow-up. Ron Weasley trying to sink in a goal off this long shot, but not able to secure it in time. Cannot find that angle, and with 40 seconds left, any goal scored now could be absolutely monumental for these teams. Give them the lead and potentially this game. For WACK Esports, it would be a 2-0 lead. For the blue side of the Man in the Sea, it would be a 1-1 tied match. But right now, as WACK Esports sink in another one with 27 seconds to go, they are looking to keep their streak going and get themselves up to a 2-0. 27 seconds. We know these boys in blue can get the ball into the net, and Ron gonna take control. Definitely the one you want with it in this moment, but oh my goodness, gonna be just wide of net yet again, and being denied off that crossbar. It leaves Epiphany with a play away, but missing the ball leaves it to Sora. Sora does hit it, but oh no, lagging off the ball a bit there, and that's unlucky, but it's how the game goes, and Epiphany trying to just steal this past any of the defenders, hold this lead, and end the game. And that's exactly what they're going to do. WACK Esports hold strong, and with a 1-goal lead, take away game 2 to get a 2-0 lead up against the old man in the sea. Get back down to the pitch with WACK Esports Army now with a 2-0 lead, looking to get themselves up onto match point here in game number 3. They want to have a 3-0 shot with a potential to flawless their way through to the trophy. Ron Weasley shutting down an early offense, trying to open something back up over onto the orange side, but touched off the wall, finding its way back mid. It finds its way past HP, and now going to be back over to the corner. It's back over to Epiphany, who gets a nice lob towards net, and that's already setting up Sora, and oh, he's just barely unable to find the inside of the net. It's going to be a boom downfield, and oh goodness, Ron Weasley a shot, but again, just a little too wide. It's back over to Sora. Needs to try to hit it away, and does actually deny a 2v1, as it's going to be Epiphany looking to shut something down back over towards this net. Has a potential play, gets it past one, and oh no, Harry Potter trying to clear it away, hitting it off the inside of that crossbar, which just forces it straight back down and bouncing in front of that net, where Sora is more than willing to shotgun it across the line to get the first goal here 50 seconds into the game. Sora once again getting that ball over deep into the blue as well, with now Ron trying to play this away off the top, and it's down over into the orange side where Epiphany now wants to try to dribble it upfield. It's Harry Potter to try to read off against this, but it's just going to be him to clear it away now. Boom back downfield. Sora, potential to turn around on this, but a fast flick, and Harry Potter going to sink in one from the left wall, as he's able to equalize it himself. So with only 3 minutes 45 left to go, we have an equalized game, and at this point, the first ones to score are going to be holding the advantage. It's going to be over towards Sora early. Ron with a potential play towards it, but just not fast enough to beat out a fully boosted orange side offender, and Epiphany having to fall back as well, noticing that there's an opening back towards goal, but Sora, the ball dropping towards him. It's a fast flick, but it goes high. It's going to be dropping as well, but ooh, cleared away by Ron. A fast counter attack, and Sora has to just kill this back towards the wall. Epiphany isn't back yet, does manage to get himself back, and a little flick over Harry Potter to open up the counter offense, and that's going to leave Ron with 2 offenders to look out for. Sora killing it back towards mid HP. Ooh, just running a distraction over for Ron Weasley as he comes through, manages to hit a shot past, and with a demo there on to Ron Weasley, it's going to be just Harry to clear this away, but luckily Ron spawning just in time to make a little pinch happen. Back over towards this left corner, Sora trying to be a pain in the back of the orange-sided players. 15 seconds away from halftime, and Ron looking to make a play happen. Gets it over into the corner, has Harry Potter in mid, touch straight back towards him. Epiphany gonna win it past Harry initially, and Ron, the lone man back to try to play it away. Oh, Sora not quite able to hit onto the pass there from Epiphany. Gonna leave Ron with a shot away, and Harry trying to shotgun it in himself right there along the goal line, but not gonna be allowed to until the ball finally getting passed back his way, as Ron Weasley getting a second shot to fire back towards his teammate. Harry denied the first time, but not going to be denied on this one, as a 2-1 lead comes through, and WACK Esports finds themselves down a point as the old man in the sea bite back with a 2-1 lead. But Sora, straight off the kickoff, finds the ball over towards the blue. Not going to be there for long, as the boosted blue defender is going to be back in time to defend. But Ron going to set this back up towards mid, and early aggression there from the defender is going to force them off a bit, but Epiphany looking to play this away. Touched over into the blue. And Sora wants to try to aggress that one out. Harry is able to deny him, but gonna just be bumped away as now getting plenty of time to re-aggress onto this ball. 100 seconds to go. And they do need to open up some sort of attack because they need to get an equalizer. And Epiphany, he has nothing left in the tank. And he's able to keep that ball so close to his car, he expends all his boost to just land on the ball and pinches it off the ground to just sink it straight under that final defender. And now just barely into the final 100 seconds, WACK Esports ties it up and puts themselves one goal away from a third win in a row. So Sora, a touch over towards that corner. It's Ron to try to play it away, but touch straight back immediately. Harry Potter seems a little worse for wear over towards that corner. And there might be, unfortunately, some sort of internet or hardware issue. We do know that there are some issues for him right now, playing on hotel Wi-Fi, playing on some sort of setup that he's not normally used to. And unfortunately, that's just what happens. It's unfortunate that it has to happen in such a do-or-die situation, but over here on the WACK Esports side, they're just going to be thankful that they're holding a lead before it. Ron tries to sink in one, but Sora, just to play this back up immediately, trying to do it, and it looks like they're trying to allow for some sort of good sportsmanship rule. Epiphany sitting out of the fight. It's a 1v1 right now between Sora and Epiphany, but I gotta remind you, it's the finals, and if you end up dropping some games here for good sportsmanship, I mean, you know, you gotta play it how you want to play it. They allow the equalizer to come through. We know that Ron Weasley is able to 2v1 these guys before, so giving himself a 1v1 could be dangerous. Takes it back over towards mid, trying to set up some sort of play. Epiphany shuts it down fast. Gonna be back over towards mid. Sora is deep into the blue. Looks like they might have decided to start playing back into this with both. But the demo onto Epiphany, showing that Ron definitely just looking to make sure no shots can come through, giving Harry as much time as possible to reconnect, because if he can hold off until OT, get his teammate back, and try to fight back in, that could be dangerous for WACK Esports. They've almost given up the goal lead to him. With only 20 seconds left, if he's able to sneak in a goal here now that he's equalized it, that will be devastating for the WACK Esports side, as they're looking right now to have potential for a clean sweep. It's a boom downfield. Potential shot into the net. It's a little wide, but oh, just high again. Ron shut down from a goal all to himself. And it's going to be into overtime. 1 versus 2. Ron Weasley able to do it all himself. Gifted a goal a little bit there by the orange side. But it is going to be him having to defend against 2. It's an early aggressive play. Ron going up, committing a lot of his boost into clearing it away. Does get the back right. But now he has to do it all on his own. He's bumped away from 1. Epiphany to steal that ball back. He's intercepting it, does keep it back towards that corner, but now Epiphany, he has to try to play this out, and it seems like the WACK Esports boys have had enough. They're going to take advantage of the 2-1 lead and sink in a final goal to secure up a 3-0 lead, as the old man in the sea going to be looking to try and get Harry Potter back in, as they now have to face off against match point. So after a short little technical difficulty, we do have all 4 players back in the server, back into what could be the final game of the best of 7, as WACK Esports Army look to potentially clean sweep the old man in the sea out of the 3rd place decider and sink their way into a trophy here in IGL Fall 2020. It's Ron Weasley to try and deny a fast shot. It's Harry Potter ultimately having to clear that one away. Sora looking to try and hit that past the defender, but oh, Ron Weasley taking a life in the process. Epiphany gonna die, but it does leave this ball still over into the orange, but a full boosted Sora already trying to clear it away. Harry looking to get a fast play pass, but not gonna work out, as now Epiphany looking to try and clear it away. 4 minutes 20 left on the clock. Ron Weasley looking to shut down that early aggression, and it's now turned into a double commit on defense, and even more, as you can see some of the pressure starting to get over to the boys in blue. They're committing their bodies a little too close to that ball and a little too close together, as allowing a few too many cracks in the armor to show, but so far nobody from the WACK camp able to capitalize on it. But Epiphany winning a ball past the defense there. And that's going to leave Harry back in the goal. Has to try to play this away, and with his 0 boost is able to still get up in time to intercept. Ron Weasley trying to win out a fight for himself, but Sora getting back just in time to deny a boomed goal. It's going to be back over to Sora as well, who gets a nice little pogo shot towards net, but it's just high as it bounces off that top crossbar, rolls back over towards Ron Weasley and gets cleared away immediately. But Harry Potter off that ball just enough that Sora sees an opening. He commits towards it, sees that that ball will fly past the defender, and it will sink along the goal line to sink in a 1-goal lead yet again for WACK Esports Army, and they are looking to close it out. They want to have a clean 4-0 sweep here in the decider match, saying that, you know what, this trophy was uncontested. And oh my goodness, a double demo that opens up quite the offensive chance. And with the players both spawning on the same side, it's going to be low boost. You can see trying to take advantage of it here, but Harry low boost himself, and that's going to leave it over towards Sora, who does manage to get up in time to force a 50, and it goes high. It's back over to Sora, and he wants to play this past Ron, see if he can just keep this ball away from the net, and Ron is going to be successful in that task. Goes back over to Harry. 0 boost, gets gifted the corner, and trying to force these players off ball. He does get that success in some regards, but they're able to keep possession. It's high. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock now, and still just a 1-goal lead over for the orange side. WACK Esports just not allowing anything through, but at the same time not being allowed to develop their lead. This ball being kept so long into the orange end, and Sora trying to finally set something up to get a second goal on board, and Epiphany just trying to keep that dream alive. Harry doing what he can to maintain possession, but it's going to be touched back towards mid, and Sora wants to follow, but it's touched by Ron, and Epiphany has to fall back to clear it away. It's back to the wall. It's back over to Ron, and touching it back down towards mid, and a follow-up hit. Going to be a nice little attempt at maintaining possession, but unfortunately Sora able to beat out HP to the ball. HP beating out Sora to that boost though, so a little bit of an equal trade. Back over towards Harry in the midfield as he wants to set up some sort of shot towards goal, and Epiphany going to deny Sora's clear. Is able to eventually boom it away himself though, so no harm done, but only 90 seconds, and it still has to be a goal scored, but it's going to be scored over for the WACK Esports Army side, as now the old man in the sea, they have to get 2 in a row to shut down WACK Esports and force an overtime here in game 4. Match point, tournament point, if the blue side want a shot at that trophy. And Harry Potter, you can tell that he does. It's a fast play down towards mid. He wants to get a fast shot back over towards that net, and does manage to actually get up in time to deny Sora's clear. A little touch on the ball. I'm going to shut down that offense, and already Harry wants to reaggress back over towards it, but he's not able to connect with the ball, and now Ron looking to get a demo onto Sora. He's successful, and he's trying just to clear this ball away. He knows Epiphany's close to just coming into their end, and finally the strike happens. It's a shot over towards net. Sora just looking to air dribble this one in, and Ron has to come in at the last second to deny the goal. It's 45 seconds, 2 goals to go. They have to get both to equalize this game and force a game number 5, but it has to happen now. Ron taking the ball. It's over towards this net, finding its way towards Harry. It's a shot denied by Epiphany back towards this corner. 28 seconds, 27, the time ticking further and further away, and Sora once again just catching a pass off Epiphany and setting up yet another attack. Has to be denied there by Ron, and with only 15 seconds, it is looking less and less likely. And with a hat trick goal coming through as WACK Esports take a 3-0 lead over the old man in the sea. It is looking done, it is looking dusted, and it is looking like your Tier 4 Division 13 third place finishers are going to be WACK Esports Army, with Sora and Epiphany playing their hearts out, and ultimately unable to claim the gold, unable to claim the silver, but they'll take the bronze as they look to come back next season even stronger as they sink in a fourth just to secure the dominant victory as they take, much like this game score, a 4-0 victory.